Welcome. What's going on?
What's your name?
I am Davon, and I go by Dreamcast.
Why do you go by Dreamcast?
I go by Dreamcast because I just couldn't get one when I was a kid, and I really wanted one, and I used to only be able to play it at like my god brother's house, or like it was an elusive game for me until like the PlayStation came out, and then I didn't really care about that. Well, not that I didn't care, I just got over it.
You realized that you could sing?
I was randomly walking in a hallway, and a classmate by the name of Alicia was like, "Oh, you can sing." Like thought I was singing to myself, because that's the only thing I did. And she was like, "Oh, you could sing. You should do that more often." So I didn't sing after that for like another 3 years. Like after high school was over with, and I don't know, I just started singing on my own stuff, and it just sort of went from there.
What was one of your favorite songs to sing?
My favorite song personally to sing is "We All," and that's because it's a really personal song. I wrote it. I like locked myself in a room for a weekend and just was like, "You just gotta make some music." So, it was fun. It's a good song. It's like off of a 2-song release I did. It was like Dreamcast Volume 2. And it was 2 songs, "We All" and "I See You," and it's my favorite song to sing.
Is that your favorite song that you've ever made?
Oh, it's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I have favorites for every mood that I have.
What's your favorite for your sexual mood?
My sexual mood, like my favorite song for that would be damn. It's different sexual moods though too. I could be on my love shit, or I could just be on like some savage shit, like Locked Up.
Good, don't get it twisted. I'm rocking for all winter. She still got her heels on when I'm up in her. Daughter of a pastor, love the life of a sinner. Baby from the valley, coconut oil all over her body. Chill, relax for a while. I'm cool, pimped out like iced tea from the Nile. I'm a poor little 9-3 inside a glass.
Savage shit for real. It's no love, and like there was no love at all. But my favorite like love joint to sing would be "I Bet," if I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, "I Bet" is like I'm trying to sing to your soul.
I bet you wonder, I bet you know. Reach you, to reach you. Tell me what the difference is. Traveling across the sea. Tell me what the difference is. To your heart, I can take it there.
So that's what that is. And I'm also holding a fake plant, by the way.
For aesthetics.
Cheers. It has water in it, just for aesthetics though. It's been sitting here for like years though.
Do you sing to get girls? Have you sung to get girls?
Yes.
Really?
I'm not even gonna lie.
How did it happen? How did that work out?
Single savage ways would be like if I went to a show and there was like one particular girl that I was like, oh, I really, really like this girl. Like, I'm going to look at her and sing to her for probably the majority of the night. Now, that can go 2 different ways because, you know what I'm saying? Like, either she thinks you're a creep or she just like falls in love with you because you're singing to her for like 45 minutes. But I've had both ways go. For real, I just want to be me. I just want to make music that makes me happy or makes me get through something in my life. And like, cause that's what like, it's just like basically that's my testimony, is my music. Like, so when I leave, people could be like, oh, he was going through all of this shit and like he talked about it. Or like, yeah, I hate, not to say I hate it, but like I'm not gonna sit here and make something just for the sake of making it. I'm gonna make music that just like I can put my 100%, like my emotion of that day into it. And so that's sort of what I've been doing, and it's worked out. But like, I don't know, what do I want to do with my music? I want to just like make you get through whatever moment you're going through easier. If that like, so you could listen to it, like you could be like, all right, bet, move on. You know, I had songs like that. There was a song called If by Jack Johnson, who's like a folk singer, but like I listened to that song probably close to 1,000 times after like my uncle passed away, and like it helped. The song was basically, you know, if I could, I'd, you know, save you, or, you know, if I could, something like. But it just, each song, everybody has that song for them. So
International tour, how was that?
it was amazing. Like, I honestly, we were in London for a little while. We stayed most of the time in Amsterdam. We were in like the northern part of Amsterdam in a town called Den Helder, which is like one of the most northern places you can get to in Amsterdam. It's like right by the ocean, and right off of the coast of that, you know, where we were staying, you can take this ferry and go to this island called Texel. And we went out there. It's basically like a sheep town. But yeah, just doing shit like that was fun. The tour, it was more like a radio tour. Like, I just did a bunch of radio shows while I was out there, and basically met all of my peers, which is fun, because it's like you meet your peers in the city, which is great when you're in Washington, D.C., but you're also making music with the rest of the world. And like, so when I went out there, I was meeting people who listened to my shit, who also listened to my friend's shit. While I was out there, I was hearing my friends being played in clubs, which was amazing. And I was just like, oh, damn, like, our music really travels. So I think getting over there just opened my eyes up to, like, I need to do a lot more traveling, and I'm tired of holding this plant now.
I was wondering what was going to happen.
Yeah, my heart, pretty strong hand, but it's just like, it was letting go. Favorite moment from that entire trip happened to be standing on the beach and just catching the view of where we were staying at in Den Helder. It was like right on the beach. It was maybe like sunset, and so the sky was purple. And like, I'm all about like lighting and just mood, and like, damn, that was like the perfect mood. Like, that was what I envisioned like Liquid Deep being. Liquid Deep came about actually in the basement of this house. We recorded it in this house, and we recorded it downstairs. I was smoking, probably had a few drinks, and I've been hearing some beats from a friend of mine named Carl, who goes by Sasak, and he's got stuff. His SoundCloud is insane. And we just make music. We literally, like, with that particular song, I sent it to him after I recorded it. And it took him about a week or 2 weeks to like really get around to it. But like after that, he hit me back and was like, yeah, I really like this. Let's see what's next. Like, let's send it. He actually ended up sending it to a label in Washington, D.C. That goes by PPU, People's Potential Unlimited. Remember that. And they literally, like, they loved it. Yeah, so Andrew, who runs PPU, heard it and just sort of immediately came and met me at a rehearsal and was like, hey, I really like this record. We played it for him live. I was doing music with a band called Champion Sound, and we rocked it for him, and he was like, oh shit, I really love this song. Let's press it. So we made a 7-inch vinyl, and it did numbers. And so I was happy with Liquid Deep. Liquid Deep was a 2-part of Summer Love on one side, Liquid Deep on the other side, and it was a success.
How would you describe your sound?
My sound, sitting on a couch, singing, literally. Like, I try to explain it any other type of way, but like, I'm not Trey Songz. I am not Justin Bieber. You know what I'm saying? I'm Davon from DC, and I just like sing when I chill. And That's sort of the mood.
Producers from the area.
All right, so there's a list, but one is my little brother Devin, who goes by Otto. Detroit is fire. He makes some crazy club shit. I'm really into like that club beat making scene and like cats that just make dance music. That's that side, along with Mr. Selecta's got some crazy production. You gotta really wait for Native Son. When Native Son does finally drop some some just straight production, he's done some in the past, but like he's got so many beats he hasn't released. I would say Exactly is crazy. Ustello has some beats for days. Fat Neil, Jenna Camille is a producer in her own right. She rocks. Myself, I'm definitely one of my favorite producers. I would say that.
Of your music have you produced?
Of my music, I produce stuff on like my own tape. So like my volume sections that I've done, like Dreamcast Volume 3, I did a couple of beats on there. There's one called Time. Because I like to make dance tracks, it's a little different for me because it's just like my style of singing is very relaxed. And so it's completely different from what I play in a club.
What songs of yours have you produced?
The last song of mine that I produced was I Bet. I Bet. I did I mapped out the song, and then I have Kareem and Jimmy play over it when we play live. Also, Where Does Time Go on the Lost Tape.
Why did you name it The Lost Tape?
It was just really like lost songs. These are all songs that have been out that I took down off of SoundCloud, and I was like, I need to have some music out. So that's why it's called The Lost Tape.
How did you meet the band that you perform with?
I first met Champion Sound when I did like a freestyle. I was with Holly Supreme. Haile is one of the first people who ever told me to sing, by the way. And we're just chilling at his crib. Him and his roommate, we were jamming out, and he was like, sing, man. I was like, yeah, I sing a little bit. So I started to sing. He was like, man, keep singing. So he invited me to this open mic that was at Flash that I had never been to. And Champion Sound Band was the band that was playing. And they were with their then front, Edie Blue, who's doing her own thing now. And now they have Anastasia Antoinette, who's the lead singer of Champion Sound. And that's how I met them, and we sort of been just rocking different shows together since then, probably about 2 years.
When did you decide you wanted to DJ, and how did that come about?
Man, I've been wanting to DJ since forever, since I was like maybe before high school, like 8th grade. Back when MySpace was popping, I used to put mixes up on MySpace. Wow. And like my favorite DJ at the time was DJ AM. DJ AM is the man, and may he rest in peace. But like, I used to listen to his mixes. He had a mix called ADD, and so what's funny is that like that was my thing, attention deficit. And so he used to put these mixes out where he would change the song, man, like every 10 seconds. He would just let you get into like a hook and then flip it, but then piece each track together, which was amazing to me. And they were like, that was my favorite, and that's what really got me into DJing. Watching people dance like it's nobody around them. Yeah. That is the most humbling feelings. It's like you can provide like a space for somebody like that.
Just let go.
To literally let go. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about them being on drugs. I'm talking about them just pure ecstasy. It's different for me with performing live vocally and DJing for people. It's a different high. I like performing. I love the aspect of having a band more than anything. Like, me performing by myself is nowhere near as fun as having a band and like everybody got a role. And so that's fun for me.
Do you feel like you're walking in your purpose?
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about like what I want to be doing right now in my life. And like the moments when I do go long periods of time without making music, I'm miserable. feel really good about what's next. That's where I'm at in life.
What was that catalyst moment that made you decide, like, this is what I want to take serious and pursue?
What was that moment for me? That moment is now. It's like the present moment. Like, I take every day as like the reason I need to like keep doing what I'm doing. What's funny is that I just like, as a musician, like as anything you do in life, right? Whatever, not me, but like if you're watching this, whatever you're good at, if you're good at that, you notice yourself getting better. It could be you cooking. It could be you being a mechanic. Like, it could literally be you skateboarding. Like, when you love something, you're going to notice yourself getting better at it because you do it all the time. And I think, like, me just fucking around, like me just playing on a keyboard, like, I wasn't really playing the keys a year ago, but now I can sort of find a chord and, like, fuck around and, like, sing to it. It's exhilarating for me to get better at what I love to do. So I think that's what keeps me going every day. What inspires me is seeing progression in DC. There was a time where like I felt sort of strange doing the music that I do, and like people really fucking with it, because for a long time people weren't, you know, and I had to go through my changes in my music. So I just think DC is receptive right now, and DC is like on the forefront of like what's next in sound. And I'm fucking amazed by the talent that's in this city. Like, you were talking about producers earlier, but there's so many producers like out here. There's so many bands, like, you know, Foots and Coles. I fuck with Jenna Camille, her band. Like, you know what I'm saying, April and Vista. Like, the list can go. Michi and, like, you know, Regunomics. They got Knock Champa. I mean, I can go down a list of bands and sounds that all sound different but sound amazing. And so, man, seeing where everything is coming from is a blessing right now. So that's what inspires me to stay in DC. DC is like, since day one, like, I knew it was something special about being born here, and I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
And coming soon?
Coming soon. I just did a session up in New York, and I'm working to drop an EP, and like I'm in the middle of maybe like 5 different projects right now. So it's because I'm so like all over the place, it's hard to finish one up, but it's getting there, and like I'm motivated. Like, trust me, I'm 100% motivated to put out some really good music. And I just want people to know that when you see me, say what's up, Davon. Like, I'm Davon. You know what I'm saying? Dreamcast is the music, but I'm enjoying being out here and like listening to new music, and keeping DC chocolate. That's what my goal is in life. That's the DC I grew up on. I grew up on 102.3. I grew up on 96.3 when 96.3 was still had some hits. Yeah, I'm 100% for keeping the soul in DC.
She lay her head